Hey guys, MWUSA Season 5, Episode 61, and it is Saturday, and we happen to have a giveaway thing at our closest casino, and so we happen to be at Home Depot. We decided to make the extra trip over to the casino to pick up whatever it is, free play and all that kind of stuff. So came out here, and so far, nothing going on. I did get $40 in free play, and I've got nothing to even play it in, so that is an issue right now. My wife is in the car, and she's just taking a nap while I come in here and look around, but it looks like we may just have to pick something and just play it through, and whatever happens, happens, because it's going to expire, and I'm not going to be able to use it otherwise. So, and that's what's going on right now. It must be like 75 to 80% full in here. Really unusual. But I guess it's a weekend, and that's going to happen. Everywhere I go, I can't even check anything because someone's already sitting there. So, unfortunately, I can't even walk down any aisles because there's people everywhere. My goodness. All right. Well, I'm going to see if we can actually find something here, and I'll come back and update you soon. All right, everybody, I am back, and really found it very hard to find anything in there. Too many people in there, too much noise, too crowded, can't even check most of the machines. I was able to get through it though, and although, again, I didn't check most of them, I still ended up with a profit of $102. So, plus 102, heading back to the car and do all the family stuff. I'm going to try to start working on taxes today. I know it's getting really late now, but starting to work on taxes hopefully today and maybe part of tomorrow. And I'll catch up with you then. So, right now I'm going to let you go, and next time you hear from me will be Sunday. Alright guys, still Saturday. I'm actually going to go pick up my kid from a job, and we were just looking at some cruises for this summer, and we were considering Orlando to the Bahamas to Jamaica, Grand Cayman Islands, and then Mexico, and then back to Orlando. That really, I don't think that would be that bad of a trip, man. I think that would be a fun trip, 7 days. I do get my problem, and if you guys have a solution for this, let me know. I don't have the solution. My problem is I have a free cruise that would take care of 2 people. And then I have another free cruise, but that's from the cruise line. And you can't use 2 cruises for the same person. So technically, I could take 4 people for free, but I can't at the same time. So I could take 2 people twice. That doesn't help me for the situation. And I thought, okay, what if I got the balcony room for free? I normally would, and then to add someone to that room is like $1,200 to $1,500. But what if we got another room that was ocean view and had my wife on that one, and then a third room and had my mom on that one, and then put the kids on the inside room with no windows, which is like half the cost? But the 2 big rooms are big enough for everybody, so we actually sleep in the 2 big rooms. But on the books, it looks like I'm by myself, my wife's by herself, and then all of them are in the cheap room when they would never sleep in it at all. But I don't think my wife liked the idea of that, so still trying to think things through between now and Monday, and then I'll probably call and get it booked on Monday. So, yeah, so... Anyway, yeah, picking up my kid from work, and I'm really still tired, man. It's already early evening. I haven't gotten that much done yet, and I can barely keep my eyes open. So today might be kind of a wasted day. I mean, I did get a lot of stuff done at home, but not nearly what I wanted. So anyway, all right, see you Sunday. All right, guys, I am back. It is Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Just heading out for the day. All that wind caused so much chaos, and kids went through the yard, picked up all the sticks, made a gigantic, tremendous pile, like 10 feet tall, of sticks that come off all the trees and stuff, and I burned all that yesterday in our little fire pit that we have. And everything's pretty much cleaned up. I heard that there's going to be a lot more wind coming today also, and even in the places that I'm going, it's supposed to be a little bit worse than it is here, so who knows. But a lot of stuff yesterday. One of my kids was driving somewhere and actually was punished, and I said, you can't drive anywhere today. And then they said, well, I got to go to Bible study. And I'm like, okay, you can go. Went to Bible study, went to a gas station afterward, and went over like a little, it was a parking lot, and then there was a drive-through, and went past the parking lot over the ledge, and the car was basically off its front wheels, and of course it's front wheel drive. I had to go out there and get all that taken care of, and that took a while. Eventually jacked it up enough to keep putting boards under the tire, jack it up, put boards, but jack it up, because there's like a construction site next door. So we went and got bricks and wood and stuff like that, and eventually got it to where the car was on its tires and was able to just roll back into place, and everything was okay. So that took a while. This morning had some help at the house with, my wife set up a little coffee bar as part of our new cabinets and all that, and she wanted some electric plugs there, so we've got 4 plugs there, got some new trim around the kitchen window, and now she wants a countertop with a backsplash that goes way up, so we have to have all the electric and windows and all that done, because there's going to be a bunch of cutouts for all the outlets and windows and all those things. So that's what's going to make it kind of expensive, but it's okay. So we're finally on our way, ready to go, and I'm feeling physically lousy. Still pains from the seat. Obviously, it turned out it was the seat that was causing all these pains, unless I'm like way reclined. So putting up with that, just overall not feeling great, but it's going to be a great day today. I can feel that today is going to be a tremendous day already. I just feel like today's going to be one of those days where we're stacking and stacking and stacking. And actually played online already as well, and made, I think, like $220 doing that. So it's a good start to our day. I'd love to make $1,800 today. I think that's a good goal. 18 to 2,000 would be a good goal. And of course, we have tomorrow. We got to be at work, so we only have, I would say, 14 hours to head out and go to all these casinos, all of them out of state, and make it home in time to get a little bit of rest. And then we got to be in the office in the morning. So that's what's going on right now. It is a very warm day. On top of being a windy day, it's very warm outside, and it looks cold because there's still no leaves on the trees, but right now it's 72 degrees. Today's high is going to be 75, and other than the wind, we should be in good shape. It's kind of a hazy day, kind of a cloudy day, but that's not a big deal. We can live with that. There's no snow, there's no rain, we're happy. So that's it. We're heading out, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So right now I am approaching a casino that I have not been to this shift in 9 months or so, after being told you have to leave. So, here we go. Security right at the door. All right, as I'm pulling in, security's parked right there. Well, we're going in, and we're going to see what happens. So this shift, I believe, is a shift that backed me off. And So we'll see if we can get in here. It's definitely not facial recognition. So we'll see. The license should not bring up any alerts. So it's just going to be whether or not they recognize me. I'm going to park over here where it's easy to leave later. I'm not blocked in or anything. And we'll see what happens. Let's go in there. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. Just heading back to the car. Really uneventful, frustrating, busy. They're having some kind of a slot tournament thing going on, and a lot of people here, not a lot of opportunity. Walked around, wasted a lot of time, and ended my session down $10, but minus $10. And just walking back to the car, didn't have any issues getting in, walking around. This place has had exceptionally high security last few times I've been here, but nobody has said a word to me, so probably okay. The only thing I can think of is the one guy who came up to me might be the only person who would remember me, because I kind of feel like I've been here since then and seen the cop who was there when I was backed off, and he didn't seem to care, so I guess probably shouldn't worry at all. Right now we're going to continue on, still a ways away from our next casino, and hopefully some better luck there. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back, and that didn't go well at all. I don't understand what happened. I really don't, because I wasn't doing anything. I was getting ready to play some blackjack. I hadn't even played blackjack. I was walking around the casino and wasn't finding anything that I wanted to play. I go to the high limit area. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for it in the high limit. So I go to the high limit. There's two tables. One of them, there's a guy playing $2,500 a hand. I'm like, okay, well, I feel good about that. If he's playing that much, I should be fine. And so I go to the other table, and the other table is full. You know, I wonder if it was the damn pit boss. I mean, the damn dealer. That son of a bitch dealer. I think he used to be at the other casino that gave me a hard time. They may have put me in there. He looked so familiar, and I couldn't remember if it was from here or the other one. Yeah. Well, I decided, okay, I've had no issues here, but I was warned not to come here by a friend of mine. And I stayed away for about 6 months. Then I started coming and playing here and there. No issues, no table games, just slots, just walking around at first, then slots. Then I played a couple small stupid table games. Nothing, you know, I mentioned it on here. I don't even remember what it was. Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card or something like that. And I actually ended up ahead like $50 that day, if I remember right, or $100 or something like that. And today I noticed that the one guy was playing really high. I'm just trying to put it together. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to sit down at the baccarat table, and I'm going to buy some chips there. I'm going to play a few hands, and then I'm going to go to the blackjack table. And I sit down, and it's a shuffle, and the dealer says something to the pit boss. And the pit boss said, okay, go ahead, shuffle. And I'm like, what do you mean shuffle? He takes it out of the shuffler, and he hand shuffles it. Now, I have been to one place that did that after the shuffler did it, and I couldn't understand why. So he shuffled, took forever to shuffle. So I don't know if he was buying time. And then, after the shuffle, we play a couple hands, and the pit boss was busy with the guy who was betting 2,500. He was making a card for that guy. So I figured, I'm in the clear here. That guy's playing 2,500 a hand. They're making a card for him. I got nothing to worry about. What am I worried about? Today could be a really bad day because the casino I'm going to go to is close to that one. So I'm sitting there playing, and I lost a few hands. And manager, supervisor guy comes up behind me, and I said, "Man, I can't win a hand over here." And the pit boss, the manager guy, says, "Well, I'm afraid things are going to get worse for you." And he called me by my name, and he told me that I can't play there anymore. And I said, "What do you mean?" And he called me by my name again. And they had my ID at the door. It's not like they didn't know who I was. But all this time, they haven't been saying anything to me. And he's like, "You're in this system, so-and-so system." I'm like, "I don't know what that means." "Oh, I think you know what that means." And I said, "I'll leave. I don't mind leaving, but if you could just tell me what's going on." And he wouldn't tell me. And I kept playing dumb the whole way through. And finally, we got to the door and all that, and he's like, "I'm sure this isn't the first time that you've been walked out of a casino." I'm like, "No, I really haven't. You know, I've been coming here for 20 years. And it's true, the first time I went there was 20 years ago. Never had a problem. I actually had a player's card way back then. I haven't played with a player's card in 20 years, so since that time, but never had an issue." And then, if you'll recall, I had the one time when the one pit boss called me, who was a friend of mine, and told me, "Hey, don't come here, they're looking for you." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, you were seen with a card counter." And I'm like, I didn't even know that was a real thing, you know. And we had this discussion back and forth, and you know, I stayed away for that long period of time. And then I started coming back again, and no issues. And then came back and played slots, no issues. Came back, played a couple tables, no issues. Still never got one hand of blackjack in, since my friend told me don't come back. And here we are. Manager walks up to me, and I knew right away. And I'm wondering if it's because that guy delayed it. He was delaying it so the guy could come down. I don't know. And I don't know from what they saw, what they could have determined. The only thing I can think of is they have facial recognition in the high limit only. And that's what happened. Because the play that I did was in the low limit. So, I don't know. Anyway, I just pulled over. I'm going to sit here for a minute and think things over. I'll be back. Alright guys, in the next place here, I'm going to walk up, get my ID scanned, see if there's an issue here, and I'm going to walk you with me here. Alright. When I was walking in, there's a lady standing by the entrance there. She said something about security, and the guy nodded at her, and then I walked in. So I don't know if there's going to be an issue here in a minute or not, but you might be witness to it here. Just going to hang around here. I don't know if there's an issue or not. I'm not gonna go in too far here, just in case. Why waste all my time here if it's gonna do something? No, I don't see anybody. All right, well, maybe I'm just seeing ghosts here. Let's try to make some money here. Can't make it anywhere else. All right, I'll be back. am back. So I did actually end up walking around and just looking at stuff. Didn't really play any slots or anything like that. Was just trying to just stand around and see what happened. I went to the high limit area and was watching the baccarat there. Nothing going on. I see one of the guys that I saw at the door, that was a security guy, come over. I'm like, oh boy. And then when he saw me walking toward him, because I'm not running away from anything, when he saw me walking toward him, he turned around and walked a different direction. And there was a lady behind him also and had a piece of paper in her hand. And I'm like, I wonder if that's me that's on that paper. And she ended up walking away and like did not look back. As soon as I walked up to her, she turned around and made a beeline away and just walked and walked and walked. So I don't know if they're trying to verify before they do anything. That happened to me once before, where they had a bunch of people come around and stand around and all that stuff before they did anything. So I'm not really sure. But she walked away, so I took another lap or two and talked to a couple people on the phone, just, letting them know what's going on and what's been happening and asking for advice and stuff. And came to the conclusion that if something's going to happen, it's going to happen. I've been coming here for so long, there's no way they're ever going to forget. So if they decide that that's it, I can't wait 3 months or 6 months. It's over. And if it's over, it makes no sense for me to go to other places because a lot of the other regions are such small regions, there's no money to be made. So I would basically be going to Vegas, and that's it. Or other cities that I would fly to. So that's what we would be down to. So I ended up finding a blackjack table, and I'm like, well, here we go. And it was kind of far away from other stuff. Sat down there, and sat down. Pit boss came over. I bought in real small. Hey man, hold on a second, I'll be right back. So anyway, saw a friend of mine there. I don't know what I was saying, it doesn't matter anyway, but things are awful. And we'll see what happens, see if they come up and say anything or not. But at this point, I only played one table and no issues yet. But like a friend of mine said, when he had an issue, funny enough, here he had the issue years ago, and he's back in here playing. But he said when he had the issue, it took 2 days from the other place before they got the paperwork. So it may be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, whenever I come back here again, whatever day that is, it may be then when I have the issue. So anyway, that's what's happening right now. Short blackjack session was plus 150, so I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So in kind of a bind here, trying to figure out what to do next. I did win like $150 there, no big deal. I was trying to cash out at the main cashier, and it was really busy, so I went over to the high limit cashier, and in comes the slot manager. Now this guy used to work in the daytime, now he works at night. It looks like he just changed his shift. And this is a guy that everybody fears in here. Seems like a nice enough guy, but everybody tries to stay away from him. He is a bit of a detective, but I think he has like good intentions. I don't think he's trying to do anything to anybody. But he definitely, drank all the Kool-Aid, and he believes all the stuff that the casino tells him about. They check ID to protect people from bad people and criminals and things like that. And he seems like a company guy. So I'm cashing out, and I see the cashier's eyes move over to look at someone behind me. And I wait for a second as she's counting my chips, and I look over and I see it's him. I'm like, well, this could be it. He goes over to the side. So I got my money, and I walked up to him, and I said hello to him, shook his hand, talked to him for a second, told him to have a good night, and left, and there was nothing there. But Man, I let this stuff get to me way too much. The reason I do is because every time we take one of these casinos off my list, then part of my income goes away, and I have to get more and more and more and more creative to make money. And we're down to, a handful of good casinos that I can go to. And the next casino from here is 2.5 more hours. And it took over 4 hours to get here. So I'm looking at 6.5 hours. I can't be doing that 3 or 4 times a week. It's just not possible. It's just too much. I'm already extremely tired. I talked to a friend of mine, and he told me that when he was backed off that casino, and I'm thinking, I know that it was the dealer who did it, not anything else, that the dealer caused the trouble. But when he was backed off that casino, it was 2 days before he was backed off this casino. So it might take a few days. So I'm thinking, next time I come here, that may be the date. Now, I did also send a message to a friend of mine who was backed off of the same casino, and he said that back off never came here. So one of them it did, one of them it didn't. So we'll find out, I guess, next time. Next time could be a long drive for nothing, but we'll see. Right now, I'm trying to decide what to do. I kind of don't want to move on to the next place. I kind of feel bad because this would be the first time I get to meet one of my friends online. But I kind of don't want to do it. It's just so far away. And honestly, I'm feeling down. I'm not feeling like gambling and having to go from place to place and dodging anybody or anything today. Right now, I feel just bad. So I'm trying to think about what I want to do. So I've been sitting here in the car for about 15 minutes thinking it over, and I haven't decided yet. So I may go back in this casino and try again and see if they flag it. But I did have points at this casino, and I used every bit of my points, and just bought drinks and stuff like that. So if something were to happen and I couldn't come back, at least I would have used everything. Let me check to see if I have anything left, because I'm pretty sure I do not. Where the heck is that? Here it is. It's just, man, I don't know. Just don't know. Let's see how much food I have left. And the winner is $3. I still have $3.29 left, so I can get half a drink. I don't know. So, yeah, let me think this over. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So, I did go back in there, and I did play again. No issues. I'm hoping everything's going to be okay, because I just don't want to run out of options, man. I just don't want to run out of options. I really would love to move toward 2 4-day trips a month, but I'm not ready yet. So I don't have the airline stuff lined up. That stuff is something that can be interrupted. Could be interrupted by things like COVID, things like high gas prices, things like unavailability of TSA agents with government shutdowns and things like that. And then I'll be forced to do a lot of driving. So, yeah, a lot of stuff to consider here. I ended the session ahead $577. Wait a minute. No. The first session was 150. The second session was 527. So plus $527, and everything went all right, smooth, and everything. And I don't know the people in there really, so no issues. I do like the switching to different shifts. However, there's only so many days I can do that. Maybe Wednesday, maybe Sunday, and that's it. And they make for very long days, very little sleep, and all that. At this point, I'm supposed to go 2.5 hours to my next casino. I am not going to do that. I think I'm going to head toward home. I'm also supposed to be stopping at the casino I stopped at earlier, the first casino, and I'm considering not doing that as well. I'm worried that the place that backed me off, is it a back off if you don't even play? The place that backed me off maybe got the plates. I don't know. So it'll be good to eventually get my car back, but the other casino really doesn't have that much. I lost $10 at it earlier, not that many games. So anyway, we'll see. Right now, I'm gonna just start driving. There's actually other options tonight too, but let's just start driving here. Think and drive quietly here, and I'll come back and update you. But that stop was plus 150 and plus 527. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back some hours later after midnight and still driving, and kind of forgot about it a little bit. Still not happy about what happened, but you know what? I mean, I wasn't really depending on that place for a lot. The biggest thing that I'm worried about is the word spreading to nearby casinos, because those are my best casinos right now. So we'll see what happens with that. We could do, I don't know, do we want to do any segments today? I don't really care. Let's just talk a little bit about the week that's coming up, and the week after that I'll be in Vegas. So this is the last week in town and at the office doing all the normal stuff that we do. I will be playing Monday and Tuesday near home, and then Wednesday is going to be very telling, because either Wednesday marks pretty much the end of me traveling almost daily, or things continue as they were. So we'll see what happens. But this week, not too many meetings. I do have a bunch scheduled for Monday and Tuesday, only because everyone's in the office, and why not? Let's get them out of the way, and that'll leave me the rest of the week to make money, hopefully, if I'm able to, by traveling. So we'll see what happens with that. But right now, heading home, 68 degrees, very windy, but roads are pretty clear, and just saw a car pulled over by a couple cops. But other than that, haven't seen any police the last 3 hours plus. So hopefully it'll be good the rest of the trip home, and we can catch up tomorrow. I don't know if this was a terrible episode or not, because I don't know. I feel like me complaining doesn't do any good, and I don't know who really cares about it or who wants to hear it. But you know, hopefully it's cool with you guys. But we'll talk more tomorrow, and I'll feel better tomorrow, I'm sure. You know, just a whiny day, I guess. I got irritated, and the guy actually gave me some good information I didn't know. Now I know where my information is. Now all I got to do is find it. So I got to find someone who has access to that kind of stuff to help get my file for me, so I know what's going on and what people are looking at. So that's going to be it for now. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.